Meet the AeroMariner X1, an amphibious wingless hovercar built for air hover, surface skim, and silent submersion. Before a single bolt turns, it exists as geometry, every curve chosen to stay stable without wings. Smoke lines don't lie. If airflow stumbles at the ducts, stability collapses when thrust ramps up. Water adds a different enemy, drag, so the underbody and hydrofoil bays must stay brutally clean. A seal the width of a fingertip decides everything, because pressure underwater finds weakness fast. It begins with raw truth, carbon fiber, alloys, waterproof hardware, tracked like evidence, not inventory. Composition is confirmed because one contaminated billet can crack when the structure is under load. Carbon sheets are cut like a surgical plan, every ply placed for strength, not guesswork. Robots lay the monocoque layers, quiet, precise, because this shell becomes the car's backbone. Vacuum bagging pulls out trapped air, because one bubble today becomes a fracture tomorrow. Into the autoclave it goes, heat and pressure turning soft layers into something unbreakably real. The cured tub emerges glossy and rigid. This is the moment redo stops being an option. CNC trimming brings it to the millimeter, because perfect assembly starts with edges you barely notice. Metal hardpoints bond into carbon, anchors for lift forces, impacts, and everything water tries to twist. Clamps hold the geometry while it cures. If it warps here, the whole build will fight you later. Connection nodes are machined like jewelry because the harshest loads hit the smallest places. In the jig, the subframe locks true. 1 degree off becomes instability you can't tune out. Marine coating seals the metal because saltwater destroys confidence faster than speed ever will. Crash honeycomb goes in, built to absorb chaos when the unexpected hits at the worst time. Battery cells stack in exact order. More energy, more responsibility, and more risk. Laser welds stitch the pack together. One weak joint can overheat when power spikes. Then the battery is sealed like a vault because water and high voltage never negotiate. Connectors click and compress, tiny seals doing life or death work in silence. Copper coils are wound into motors. Precision now becomes smooth thrust later. Rotors are balanced because vibration is the quiet killer of bearings, control, and trust. Blades are formed in carbon, lightweight strength, engineered for ducted lift, not propeller flight. Trimmed, weighed, matched, because imbalance doesn't just shake parts, it shakes stability. Inside the ducts, surfaces are polished because roughness steals efficiency and invites turbulence. Motor, blades, mesh, assembled into a single lift module, compact and unforgiving. Behind glass, it spools up. Any wobble here means it never reaches the vehicle. Hydrofoils are machined like underwater wings, built to lift the car above drag at speed. Actuators are assembled with discipline because a sticky joint becomes disaster on the surface. Extend, retract, lock flush because a jam at speed doesn't give second chances. Thruster impellers are cut razor clean. Underwater movement depends on balance more than power. In the tank, no bubbles, because a leak here is a leak everywhere eventually. Ballast pumps take shape because sinking safely requires control, not courage. Buoyancy modules are sealed, stability for rough water, hidden inside clean lines. Gaskets are cut and inspected. One imperfect edge is a future flood. The canopy is formed as one flawless curve, visibility and integrity in the same piece. Hydrophobic coating makes water slide away because clarity is control when conditions turn hostile. Sensors are sealed and aligned because this car must see above water and below it. Calibration targets lock angles. Bad data becomes bad decisions at the worst moment. The control computer is flashed. Its instincts are being written line by line. The harness is built like a nervous system. Every route planned, every seal protected. Then it's tested under mist. Electricity stays inside, water stays out, or it fails here. Interior panels go in sealed and resilient because comfort means nothing if integrity slips. Controls and display mount cleanly. This is where a driver becomes a pilot of systems. Emergency latches and oxygen install quietly because you only notice them when it's almost too late. Fire suppression lines lock in near the pack. Worst-case planning is real engineering. Surface prep is ruthless. One dust peck can ruin the finish and expose flaws. The metallic blue-silver coat lays down smooth, like armor turning into a mirror. Clear coat seals the surface, beauty, protection, and one more layer of certainty. Now assembly begins. The monocoque returns to the line, waiting to become a machine. The subframe bolts on under torque control. Alignment now decides everything that comes next. 4 ducts mount flush into the body. Lift is built in, not bolted on like an afterthought. Motors and fans install. Then the first slow spin, a quiet hint of what's coming. The sealed battery slides into place and locks, energy secured behind waterproof armor. Harnesses click into sealed ports. One loose connector can silence the whole system. Hydrofoils mount underneath, then fold away flush like blades designed to disappear. Underwater jets and ballast connect. Now it can move and control its depth. The canopy drops and seals, turning the cabin into a pressure-ready capsule. AI vision scans every gap and surface. Symmetry is inspected, not assumed. Pressure testing begins. If a seal gives up, it will confess right now. On the tethered rig, the fans spool up and the hovercar rises, steady, wingless, real. Micro-corrections hold it level. Stability is 1,000 tiny decisions every second. Then the water assault. Jets hammer the seams. Dryness is the only acceptable answer. Finally, the pool. It floats calm, then skims on hydrofoils, proving it belongs in every element.